Good morning, students. Welcome to the new session of ninth class. So we are starting with the chapter number system. Before going into the details of the chapter, we will discuss about what we have studied so far in till 8th class. So I start with the number system. First, we study about natural numbers. Natural numbers are those numbers which starts from 1. Which starts from 1. Then whole numbers. Whole numbers are those which starts from 0. So you can say all natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers. Then even numbers. Even numbers are those which are multiples of 2. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, like this. Odd numbers. Odd numbers are those numbers which are not multiples of 2. Which are not multiples of 2. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, like this. Then prime numbers. Prime numbers are those numbers which are having exactly 2 factors. That is 1 and the number itself. For example, 2, 3, 5, 7, etc. So prime numbers are those numbers which are having exactly 2 factors. 1 and the number itself. जैसे 2 है, 2 के फैक्टर 2 ही होंगे, 2 and 1. 3 है, 3 के फैक्टर 2 ही होंगे, 3 and 1. 5 के फैक्टर 2 ही होंगे, 5 and 1. 7 has only 2 factors, 7 and 1. So prime number are of 2 types, coprime and twin primes. Co-prime numbers are those which are having 1 as common factor between them. 1 as common factor between them. For example, 2 or 3. 2 के फैक्टर हैं 2 and 1. 3 के फैक्टर हैं 3 और 1. So what is common factor between them? 1. So for example, 2 and 3. Twin prime numbers are those prime numbers which are having a gap of 2 between them. For example, 3 and 5, 5 and 7, etc. So twin prime number होते हैं which are prime and which are having gap of 2 between them. 3 and 5, 5 and 7, 11 and 13, 17 and 19, so on. So prime number में जो even prime number होता है that is only one. Even prime number that is 2. Smallest prime number भी 2 होता है. Even prime number 2 होता है. Then these are twin primes जिनमें 2 का गैप होता है. Co-prime जिन हर prime number में 1 ही common factor होता है. Then there are certain numbers which are having no prime number between them. For example, if you start from 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, till 96 there is no prime number between them. So these are interesting factors about prime numbers. Smallest odd prime number 3, smallest even prime number 2. Those prime number which are not having gap between them, any prime number between them, these are 90 to 96. Then composite numbers. Composite numbers are those numbers Composite numbers. Composite numbers are those numbers which are having exactly more than two factors. Which are having more than two factors. For example, 6 is a composite number because 6 has four factors: 1, 2, 3 and 6. So composite numbers are those numbers which are having more than two factors. Then comes integers. Integers are those numbers which can be positive, negative or zero. Or you can say they are negative, positive, whole numbers, integers. Then comes rational number. Rational number are those numbers which can be expressed in the form of are those numbers which can be expressed in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and denominator Q not equal to 0. So rational number can be anything. It can be fraction, it can be any negative integer, ratio of two negative integers, two positive integers. 40 upon 45 is also a rational number. So here both numerator and denominator should be integer. So ratio of two integers, whether negative or positive, that is called rational number. If you see the decimal expansion of rational number, decimal expansion of a rational number is always terminating or non-terminating repeating. Terminating repeating, or you can say repeating means recurring. Recurring means anything which repeats itself. For example, if you divide 2 by 5, you will get 0.4. If you divide 5 by 2, you will get 2.5. If you divide 5 by 10, you will get 0.5. So all these are terminating because they exactly divide. But what about 2.2 by 3? 0.66666. It will never end. You can also write it like this: 0.6 bar. So this is non-terminating repeating. Non-terminating repeating. Another important factor, if you see, if the denominator of a rational number is 5 or 2 or both, then it is having terminating decimal expansion. If you are having any other factor other than 2 or 5 in the denominator, then it is having non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. So even without dividing, you can determine whether the rational number will be having terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. If the factor of denominator 5 or 2 or both, then it is having terminating decimal expansion. But if the factors of denominator are any other factor other than 2 or 3, then it is having non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. Sometimes people ask why 22 by 7 is a rational number or irrational number, though it is the value of pi. 22 by 7 is always a rational number because it follow our conditions of rational number. 22 and 7, here denominator is not 0, and also 22 and 7 are integers. If you divide them, then you will get 3.14287, 142857. It means decimal expansion is non-terminating repeating. So 22 by 7 is a rational number. Then we will study about irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. The numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of P upon Q. Those numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of P upon Q. So that is irrational number. For example, its decimal expansion is, for example, under root 2, under root 3. These are irrational numbers. Its decimal expansion is non-terminating, non-repeating. Non-terminating, non-repeating. So its decimal is, for example, 3.14, 141, 142, 143, 144. See, it is not repeating itself. अपने आप को repeat नहीं कर रहा, so on. Or you can say 2.10, 100, 100, 1 4 times 0, so on. Again, it is not repeating. So such type of decimal expansion where the decimal expansion is non-terminating, it is not ending, and it is not repeating, that is called irrational numbers. We come to the last definition, that is real numbers. Real numbers is a collection of rational as well as irrational numbers. Rational as well as irrational numbers. So real number में सब कुछ आ जाता है. और there is another definition, the number which can be represented on the number line. Represented on the number line. That is called real number. ठीक है. So real number जो है वो rational और irrational, we can represent it on the number line. So real number is a collection of rational as well irrational numbers. The number which can be represented on the number line is called real number, right? So there is another definition, perfect number. Perfect number is that number where the sum of all the factors is twice the number. Twice the number. For example, 6 is a perfect number. 6 has factor 1, 2, 3 and 6. If you add all the factors, then their sum become twice the number. So the number whose sum of whose all factors become twice the number. That is the perfect number. That's all for the day. Thank you. Please note down this work in your fair copy. We will continue tomorrow.